A new #1 contender for the IC title, a new talk show segment, and new commissioners. Everything is just so new.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Slay the gator!
Oh, no.
You ask why, we say why not? Why not play Slater Gator?
There is context and there are reasons.
There's context and there's reasons. Not the greatest context, but why not? We have nothing to answer for. We can just play Slater Gator anytime we want. Welcome everyone to the Raw After Show right here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It's a Monday evening. Raw came from Detroit, Michigan. We come to you from Los Angeles, California. Let's get right down to it. You can find me on Twitter at @JQuasto. That man right there was with me yesterday at the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Red Carpet Rumble, our biggest event of the year. It did not disappoint. We had a packed house. I could not be more proud of how it turned out. You were a big part of it as well. Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA. He is the first progenitor of hyper-optimism. He's Ty Matthews.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yesterday was lit.
Dude, it was so lit.
Baby.
Like, there were people playing Pokemon Go outside. I don't even know what that is. They had to explain to me. I was like, what? I'm sick of hearing about it.
I came out of the building. There were easily 25, 30 people across the street.
Are they just looking at their phone?
All on their phones.
Do you know how many people are going to get hit by cars playing Pokemon Go?
And probably have. In fact, they might get hit by people playing Pokemon Go while driving.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's certainly a thing.
It's taken over. People are just walking around staring at their phones more than usual, looking at fake Pokemons.
You know. It's good stuff.
You can fun dad me all you want on this. I can't agree with it. It's just so dumb.
But as you said, the Red Carpet Rumble was amazing.
Yes.
We're here. We were off last week, but there was still amazing stuff to be happening.
Oh, yeah.
And we're here.
We're going to have 3 full weeks of the Red Carpet Rumble coming up. You better download the Fight TV app. No matter where you live in the world, you can watch it. Trust me, you're going to want to see it. The stories told were so good. And this guy and Eric Watts, well, they're on a path to destruction. So,
It's a lot of weirdness.
a lot of weirdness.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. How about we get lovely right next to you? You like that segue?
I do. I'm starting to think maybe you should introduce me before time.
Well, see, we were getting weird, and I was like, I got to segue somehow. But wow, you got some sweet gold. What's the stuff called?
It's called eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow.
Yeah.
She's got amazing eyeshadow. Follow her on Twitter at Markeia McCarty, because she's Markeia McCarty. How you doing, girl?
Hey, no, I'm doing good. Yeah, we were off last week. We missed you. We missed everything. And we're back this week.
Where was I last
for this.
week?
Oh, well, I know. I was drinking.
We were celebrating.
I was in a
July.
pool.
Celebrating the
Yeah, it was
birthday of
4th
this
of
country.
July. Yeah, I had my Star Trek Commander swimsuit.
There you go.
Very proud of it.
Got
Look at my
it.
Instagram.
Awesome.
Really?
Obviously, I did Command with it. Yeah.
Someone's calling me a Snorlax. I don't even know what that means. Is that a Pokemon thing?
It's a sleepy Pokemon.
And thank you. I
God's
love
sake.
this necklace.
I
Thank
don't.
you. Yeah, so Pokemon Go, you need to actually download that, Johnny. This is something that's very user-friendly. You just walk around.
I don't want user-friendly. Why do I
catch
want to chase
Pokemon.
around fake things?
That's a Snorlax.
Oh, beautiful.
Is this the first time that you've seen a Snorlax?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm a grown-ass man. Why the hell would I care about Pokemon?
Hashtag grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man.
I geocached a few times with my friends, and I'm like, okay,
There you
if I
go.
was really, really bored and didn't have stuff to do, I would do geocaching.
It's that.
Why would I Pokemon Go? With who?
I got another joke. Grown-ass man evolves into fun dad.
Is that a Pokemon joke?
It sure is.
Nice.
Boom, 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 boom.
Fun Dad evolves into Cranky Pops.
Boom. I'm just saying, I don't like why.
Fun
Like,
Dad uses confusion. It's super effective.
No, he hurt himself in confusion.
No, Fun Dad uses disappointment.
what is happening? Explain to me what this means.
Oh, these are attacks that Pokemon do.
These are attacks.
They're attacks.
Is okay? Is how did?
This is gonna be the
I don't
entire
get it.
show.
Pokemon's 20 years old now, right? It came out in '96.
Sure.
Was it like a cartoon at some point, or were they just toys or Pogs or something?
It was all of the
It was
above.
kind of everything.
All of the
It was a
above.
lot of everything.
Okay. Did they
Yeah.
talk?
Well, yeah.
Like, are they Sims
Like
characters?
they
they
say
just
their own
make like-
names.
Pika Pika.
Oh, for God's sake.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more. We'll school you.
Can we get
Charizard.
let's get the Raw before I just lose it. Full disclosure,
Yes.
unfortunately, I was shooting something all day, and so I got here very, very late, hence why we started a few minutes late. I have not seen all of Raw. I'm still going to guide us through it, but y'all two are going to expert it up, and you're going to teach me a few things, like you just did with Pokemon.
We'll get
but
it.
I will be much more accepting to what happened on Raw compared to what the hell Pokemon Go is.
And we'll try to keep an eye on questions in the chat roll to keep it going.
Yeah,
too.
I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi to work. I can't see. I'm sure I'm getting torn apart in chat roll for not knowing Pokemon Go.
If there are any good ones, I'll pop them up.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you,
There's
Mike.
got to be someone in chat roll who agrees with me that they're an adult and don't care about Pokemon. There has to be an adult in the room, right?
AJ0314 says Johnny's life is basically the movie Memento. He has to write everything on his arms to remember what happened to him.
You know, and I'm loving
That's good.
You're so true. I don't
Montserrat
sleep.
Rialden.
I don't
Johnny
sleep.
can barely use Google Chrome.
We haven't talked about Google Chrome, haven't we?
Yes,
Never
we
forget.
can. We can get
Callbacks.
Google
Yes, we
Chrome.
can. Never forget.
Deep callbacks.
Oh, yep, deep callbacks. Google Chrome. I love me some Chrome now. It feels good to use Chrome.
Chrome in it up.
Tell you
Hashtag
what.
grown ass man.
All right.
Anyway, so Raw starts
Wrestling.
off. We got a battle royal about to happen in the ring. Miz is standing on top of the announcers table saying, I'm on my worldwide IC champion tour. The winner of this battle royal is going to be the #1 contender and will lose to me at Battleground, y'all. Fun battle royal. It gets down to the final 5. Ziggler takes out ADR. Corbin just tosses Ziggler.
He almost
That
hip
was-
tosses him straight over the top.
Yeah, like he was a potato sack that
There you
owed
go.
him money.
Very much like a potato sack owing money. I'd be tossing that too.
Yeah.
So we're down to the final 3. While Apollo and Baron Corbin eliminate each other, which means we hear the bell ring. We're like, wait, what? Who won?
I really thought that they were going with like a Brett Lex Luger sort of
Yeah.
thing, where Corbin's feet just barely hit right before Apollo's.
So it's like,
and
ooh,
then yeah, the
photo finish?
Exactly, yeah, and then the bell rang, and we see D Young.
Yeah,
In the-
Darren,
in the
Darren
ring.
Young just pops up, kind of a little Undertaker-ish, like what?
I loved Darren Young's face on this.
Yeah.
He's never been the greatest on the mic. His look was perfect. He just looked around like, wait, why is the music?
Oh, and of course,
And-
if Bob Backlund is losing his mind at
Oh,
ringside,
Backlund, he lit up.
he was a proud papa.
You know, it was like whatchamacallit, that the sloth in Zootopia when it's just like
Incredible.
I do love a good
I think
sloth.
someone's sound is on, either on your phone or your computer, Johnny. Because we are hearing
not
some
me.
echo.
That was probably me.
All right.
Okay.
But
I mean, are you guys surprised? This is the first appearance we've been calling for. When is Darren Young going to show up with Bob Backlund?
Yeah.
Their first appearance on television. He's now the #1 contender. Is that a little bit soon?
absolutely not.
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
It's better than 5 weeks of him like beating one of the shining stars or something.
Well, there ain't
oh
showing
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Right.
This was different.
Yeah.
You know, and I do appreciate that.
And yeah, if you're gonna, I mean, the whole point is Bob Backlund trying to make him great again.
Yeah.
So what better way than to hot shot him right to a title shot?
I mean, I love it, and I'm excited. I would like to see this actually become something, not just a one-stop at Battleground, because, you know, we've been watching these vignettes for a week. I hope they don't stop, because they're giving me relentless, amazing sound bites for compadres.
And I just want to see the coach pick up Darren Young, like each time.
Oh, sure.
It just-
Yeah, we saw him. He just
Woo!
scooped him up into his arms, like officer
like
and
a-
a gentleman style. Like, it was
I was
pretty.
like,
It was pretty
okay.
incredible. It was
I
pretty
loved it.
It's like
incredible.
love.
But I like it. I think we're done with the vignettes. I think we're evolving into the live realm, into
Oh, boy.
more vignettes in the arena now.
I
mean, they can.
Ooh, the gift of Backlund, drink it in, man.
And drink it in, man.
Drink it in, man!
And I'm calling it now. This is one of my predictions. I think D Young's taking the title.
Not a battleground.
I think so.
Get out of
I think so.
town.
I think so.
Go Pokemon, go out of here.
I think so. Hey,
Oh, no.
I'm the predictions champion. Completely forgot to ask for my belt, but I'm the
you
current.
should've.
I'm the reigning defending predictions
where is
champion.
you forgot about your. You know, I used to get lambasted by the chat roll for forgetting my belt. How about Ty? You gonna get on him, gang?
No,
Completely forgot.
everybody likes Ty.
The
No one
champ
else
is
do that.
here, belt or not, and I'm saying D Young's gonna be the new IC champ.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
There was a lot of fun going on in that battle royal, though. I mean,
Always.
Del Rio doing that dive like straight through the second
Right through
rope.
the ropes,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa! And then he caught himself, and I think that was just muscle memory there.
Right.
It's like it wouldn't have even counted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I will say this: I don't think Darren Young is going to win the IC title because as much as we love that celebration, imagine the celebration if, say, something, Miz cheats or whatever at Battleground. What if Darren Young has to really chase for a while, like Rocky style, like really build his way up? Then the celebration with Backlund and Darren Young can really be something amazing. If he wins at Battleground, it'd be like, oh,
I think we're gathering a whole lot of glory right off the bat, right at the beginning, and then that will be if and when Miz wins the title back. I think the fight will be in getting it back. I think right now this entire angle, this entire make Darren Young great again, is predicated on the fact that he was losing and losing and losing, and so I think winning the Battle Royal and then instantly losing the title shot, I think that just sets us right back at square one.
And then plus, we've got the former primetime players back, split, doing singles work. Let's go ahead and give them some serious momentum with like title matches.
Sure.
Let's do that.
They are. Great comment from Zeno Hour. Boo plus tie equals booty.
All right, I like it.
Very good.
I am a fan of the ghost from Super Mario, so you know what? Let's make that a shirt, guys.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Man.
No.
I played Super Mario Brothers. I'm trying to think.
The ghost that like
he doesn't look at you. When you look at him, he stops.
Which one is this?
It's I think
1, 2, or 3.
He might have popped up in number 3. Maybe.
Oh, I killed number 2.
I could be wrong.
Number 3, I didn't play that.
Number 2 was weird. That was real weird. Throwing vegetables around. That's Boo right there.
You played number 2.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Number 2, I liked.
Okay.
I just caught me at the right time. I played it all the time.
Yeah. That's Boo. He only moves when you're not looking at him. So Boo plus tie equals booty. I like it.
Yeah.
Boom.
He's a fun one.
New T-shirt, y'all.
My mom loved Super Mario 2.
Really?
See?
Yeah.
was
She
a
loved
weird
playing
one.
Princess Peach.
It was all this. Do you know the story of number 2? It was all a stage show.
It's not a real one, right?
It's not canon. It was all a stage show.
Right.
That was number 3.
That was, wait,
was it
what?
number 3?
3 was a stage show.
What?
Wasn't number 2 like it was a
was
different
Mario's
game
Dream.
and they turned it into a
That's
Mario?
right. 2
All
is
of this happened on Raw tonight, by the way.
2 is a dream. 3 is a show.
You should play
It all
the scene
happened
of
on
me.
Raw.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after the show.
Play
So we
the
have
scene of music.
new
That's
number
how we
1
know.
contender for the IC title. Steph and Shane are back in the office. They're wondering, why is Dad coming tonight? Shane gives a bunch of reasons. I don't know. The draft, Brock Lesnar winning. How about maybe firing someone? Steph's like, oh, maybe I'll get a promotion. Seth Rollins shows up and he says, hey, maybe he's here to see me. I have exclusive footage that everyone needs to see about Roman Reigns. And Shane says, you know what? That's perfect for the Ambrose Asylum. And Steph's like, no, I hate it. Dean Ambrose is a moron. He's a goof. And Rollins says, how about this? For the first time ever, since I almost hosted The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, we do the Rollins Report. And Steph says, okay. And Shane's like, this is on you, sis.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
well, yeah, why not? Why not have a Rollins report? I mean, love Ambrose Asylum. We've got the highlight reel. So let's try out more. And I mean, are we going to talk about that now, or do you want to wait for that?
Well,
We'll get to that.
We'll
That's
get to
later
it.
in the show.
Yeah, first things
Okay.
first. Ryder walks up to Rusev backstage, challenges him to his face. Then Sheamus attacks him from behind.
Just wrecks him.
And he says, hey, lot, I got a match for you. It's next.
I like it. I like your Sheamus. I like it.
It's not bad, right?
No. When he first started talking, I had no idea what he was
Just
saying.
absolutely.
I just
Yeah,
knew
it almost
I just
sounded
knew
like-
it was angry words.
Right, exactly.
Didn't know what he was saying, but I knew what he was saying.
Yeah. And just absolutely clobbering him
Yeah.
from behind.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Took some of the tan off him.
See, some of the
How tan was Ryder?
he's like Shane McMahon levels of tan.
Okay, well,
Shane McTan.
but he was standing. He was laying next to Sheamus, so everybody
This
looks
is also
more
true.
tan.
This is
next
also
to
true.
Sheamus.
Right.
I mean,
But yeah, we've still got parts of the former League of Nations working together.
Yeah, point taken.
I just kind of like how Sheamus is just like he's part of the old guard, but he's like, screw you, screw
Right.
you.
Right. He's
You
like,
suck.
you guys don't know about ECW on Sci-Fi.
No, not many do anymore.
Nope.
But it was a thing.
The zombie.
It was a thing. So next we have Sheamus versus Zack Ryder. Ryder gets a lot of offense in here. I was thinking, I'm like, wow. I'm like, Ryder's gonna.
All of
He's had
Ryder's
such an up and down couple of months.
All of Ryder's matches, I feel like, they're most of the time they're guaranteed losses, but they're not quite squashes. He gets a lot in. He'll get the broski boot in definitely, which he always just kills people on.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a lot in. He gets a good amount of offense in.
So bringing up a point,
Mm-hmm.
Ryder's theme song was different tonight.
Oh, they
So-
jazzed it up last week.
Yeah. I'm thinking that means that he's going to SmackDown.
That could be a
Interesting.
good
Why is
point.
that?
Well, because they're jazzing up his thing, and I don't
hasn't
know,
had-
he hasn't really been doing everything that he could on Raw. So I think that he's one of the ones that would really shine going over to SmackDown.
And he hasn't had music updated ever.
I feel like that's more the reason why. Like he's ultra babyface. So they're like because his old music was kind of heelish.
I think though, if they really want, Zack, if they're really gonna put Zack Ryder up to the next level, he could do that on SmackDown. Because the way they're setting it up, and obviously we'll talk about this at the end, there's going to be a bit of a battle between the shows. Whether it's behind the scenes or on TV as part of the story. Zack Ryder could be a huge part of, he could be the underdog perhaps. Maybe.
Sure.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
An underdog amongst underdogs, probably.
Well, I'll tell you, I was a little surprised with this. Sheamus gets a bro kick for the win, even though Ryder was in control for a good chunk of it. Then Rusev comes down and accolades him. So my question is, maybe this will come to fruition. Wouldn't Sheamus now be like, well, no, I want the U.S. title because I just beat Zack Ryder, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not like Zack Ryder is like an official #1 contender. He just made a personal challenge to Rusev because of what happened last week on SmackDown.
Good point.
And so when Sheamus blindsided him, I think that was just more Sheamus being surly about underdogs. The way he was about Apollo.
He is surly.
Exactly.
Very surly.
It's like open season for anybody new era.
Right, exactly. And even then, like Zack Ryder's been around about the same amount of time as Sheamus.
Yeah, but he kind of looks like a new face. So he could kind of be new era-ish. I'm trying to make it work for Sheamus to have been going after Ryder.
Well, speaking of new era, Breezango versus Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons with a pretty sweet look.
Love it.
Didn't do much for him. Breeze with a super kick and a roll up for the win.
Well,
real quick though, before we go to that.
Keep in mind, like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch much tonight, so you guys take it away from me. Go for it.
How awesome was it with Rusev doing like that Uber accolades?
I love that
Ryder.
version. I love that version of the accolade.
That was great.
It's not just for super bendy guys like Kalisto anymore. Like he did it to Titus, he did it to Ryder. It's like the evolved. It's like the level 2. It takes 2 of his super meter bars.
Yes.
When he does it.
What game are we talking about?
Any fighter game.
I more had like the most recent Mortal Kombat in my mind. But yeah, it's like the evolved version where he just like wrenches it all the way back
or like
to where he's on his back.
Injustice.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be Injustice. And then I love that he's shouting at him, "I accept your challenge! I accept your challenge!"
Kept saying, "I accept, I accept." It was amazing.
Yeah. That was like someone being like, "Hey, you want to do lunch sometime?" And them punching you in the face and be like, "I accept."
I accept your invitation to lunch.
It's like, great.
You will fit the bill.
But no, at the end of this tag match, it was absolutely amazing because I think it was Sin Cara was standing on the middle ropes facing out. Tyler Breeze cuts him off, fits the back of his head against the top turnbuckle so that he's bent down, like stuck in the corner, and then super kicks him in the face. Just like murders him. And then almost like a super roll up. Off the buckles.
Yeah, Breezango had a really good showing, both in face with their apparently chinchilla.
Yes.
Apparently.
It cannot be stained or wetted.
Of course not, or sweated upon anything. But they had a nice little showing against Sin Cara and Kalisto. I kind of like this matchup. It was
great.
Fun.
Yeah. I mean, like if you take away all the gimmicks and just look at all 4 of them as competitors on paper, this is an incredible match. So there's no reason it shouldn't deliver. I like it a lot better than Sunburned Breezango.
Oh God,
Sunburned
Breezango is my favorite though.
Was not a fan of that.
I like how they played it off. Because it was just like, they tried to kill them. They just tried to kill them with melanoma.
Right, exactly.
With skin cancer.
Exactly.
That just happened.
It's like, I think it would have been great for a backstage segment. Was not crazy that it took up a whole match.
I see. Well, it was a very quick match.
It's
pretty quick.
It wasn't nearly as quick as it should have been.
So do you think, obviously Lucha Dragons are not exactly in the best spot. That's a team that I see being broke up maybe by the draft. But Breezango, I mean, is this a team that might actually go somewhere?
Could be. I mean, they haven't been teaming very long. There's no reason to break them up now.
And they're so much fun.
They're so much fun, right?
Chemistry's fantastic.
And I mean, they were getting really barely anything on their own, so.
Yeah, Fandango wasn't getting like any pops at all. I mean, Tyler was kind of holding it a little bit, but he was kind of being chum in the water. So
it's
both of them together.
Yeah, like I think they were getting fine crowd reactions, but creatively they weren't really. It was just kind of treading water, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And
since the moment Breeze got brought up, it was like, what's that?
Right.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
but the two of them together, yeah, they could swing it at.
Sure.
Next is the Rollins report, and explain this to me. He gave.
Okay. I don't know if you ever saw Weird Al's Al TV.
Oh God, Weird Al's one of my heroes.
When he would interview people
with a mouth.
But it would be no, not with a mouth, but it would be him interviewing and just him cutting in clips of them answering the questions.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done plenty of fake interviews.
It was that.
Yeah.
It was that.
Oh, it's my favorite thing to do.
It was amazing.
Look up Quasto Knows on YouTube. They're very old, but they're very funny.
There you go. But yeah, Weird Al did one with Eminem. It's amazing. Go check that out. But yeah, that's what Rollins does with Reigns, where he talks about the suspension and everything.
Ooh, wow, really?
And yeah, it's just intercut with Reigns doing answering completely different questions. Just I did it. I went out there and I did it. And Rollins is like, wow, you're just blatantly admitting it. I can't believe that.
I love that.
It was really good stuff.
Rollins is such a
I definitely recommend it.
Snake. Yeah.
It's great.
As Bill Hanstock would say, a soggy boy.
Okay.
He's a soggy boy. That's what Bill Hanstock calls him.
It's a good adjective.
He's a very damp person.
He is. He very much is.
When you said that, I've been watching a lot of the Great British Bake Off, so all I can think of is Soggy Bottom.
Okay, sure. Awesome.
Anyone? No one?
I like it. I know
It's
the soggy.
fantastic.
I know the Soggy Bottom Boys from My Brother Where Art Thou.
I actually know that, too.
There you go.
Yeah. We're not going to get any
Fun
Cena
with
music
words.
So
tonight.
then apparently Ambrose hits the ring, right?
Yes. And this is where it
yeah.
gets super interesting.
So go for it.
Okay, well...
They set something.
Yeah, well, they basically there's been bad blood between the two of them ever since
It's
the whole
the
Shield
mic.
thing.
The mic work between the two of them wasn't anything too different.
Yeah,
than what you've seen.
like you've seen it before, but it was basically Ambrose getting riled up to the point where he's like, "Hey, you know what? Screw it. We're not waiting for Battleground. I will fight you anytime, anywhere for this belt." And they're going to fight next week Raw.
Yeah, it
Title
was kind of the most fired up we've seen Ambrose in a really long time.
Ambrose got kind of normal
was
with
good
his
stuff.
angry, not crazy angry, normal
Okay.
angry, which is kind of terrifying.
Exactly.
Was he eating a sandwich?
no sandwich.
No kitschy fun stuff. It was, and plus Rollins report, no decoration in the ring, nothing,
Straightforward.
no plant.
Right. No
rug.
No potted plant.
I mean, it could have been a last minute decision. But yeah, we had nothing to put in there. So what are you going to put in, like water bottle for his hair? I mean,
Sure.
Not a lot of options there.
Everyone needs decorations.
Vince McMahon shows up in the McMahon limousine and has a conversation with Renee, which was...
Just he mentions that he's here to name the COO of SmackDown Live for the draft next week.
Yeah, she catches him just as he's getting out of his limo.
And everyone in chat roll agrees. Ambrose crushed it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was on fire.
He gets out of the limo. He gets out of the limo, the non-exploding version, and he breathes in the fine Detroit air and says that he's here to name a new COO of SmackDown.
Yeah, but Ambrose was 100%. He was 100.
Fire.
100.
Fire.
But yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
Hot fire.
All right, so yeah, Vince talks to Renee. Next, we have Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. But first, Sami Zayn was about to sit on a commentary.
No, Sami Zayn comes out. He sits down at the commentary table, and Kevin Owens' music plays, and there's no Kevin Owens. Everyone's confused. What's going on? Cut to the back. Kevin Owens is arguing with a gaggle of referees, complaining about the hostile work environment that's being presented in front of him, and he refuses to go out to ringside until Sami Zayn has been removed. And so Steph comes up, she orders the refs to go out there and remove Sami Zayn so that we can get Kevin Owens versus Cesaro underway.
Love it.
And the refs come out, they do that, they remove Sami Zayn.
And?
Zayn and Kevin Owens, as they always do,
and?
fight each other on the ramp.
Yes, they do, yeah.
Just at each other's throats.
Pummeling.
The best,
you could not have moved me. I mean,
right,
no.
exactly.
No.
The best part is like Big Brother heel-ass bully Kevin Owens. Like, as soon as Zayn is forcibly removed from ringside, he gets in the ring like, where you going? Where you going? Why don't you come out here?
Love
They're
it.
like, hey, so bye-bye.
Yeah, it was
Bye
amazing.
then.
KO really knows how to be a heel.
Of course.
Yeah.
He really does. Not a lot of guys know anymore. KO, and I don't think we've seen the full the full Kevin Owens heel was really back in NXT. This is Kevin Owens been a lot funnier lately.
Sure.
But he really knows how to be a real heel.
Yeah, definitely.
And there aren't enough of those anymore.
But yeah, so, and then just an amazing match, as you know it's going to be, between Owens and Cesaro. Always good.
Which it was, and he wins. Actually, he defeats Cesaro with a torture rack neck breaker?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't agree with that.
I super agree with it. I super agree with it.
I didn't agree with it because Cesaro was so on fire. Like, for the entire, it was like uppercut this, uppercut that, uppercut this. You know, and it was just...
But
then KO, KO was bringing it back. I mean, there was a lot of...
With that in mind, don't you think that puts the torture rack neckbreaker right up there with the pop-up powerbomb if you can finish Cesaro with it?
I'm not saying anything about the finisher. I'm saying the fact that KO won over Cesaro.
Oh.
I wanted a Cesaro win for that. But no, the actual move itself, I'm glad that KO is utilizing other moves, you know, and this is a good one. I mean, it kind of, because I like how when Cesaro does, like, you know, muscle strength stuff.
Sure.
And to have KO doing that, you're like, I like that.
Definitely.
It's like there's nothing sneaky involved. This is being telegraphed. This is going to happen. All you can do is lay back and expect for this neck breaker to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
And I think part of Kevin Owens getting the win in this match is just going into making both Owens and Zayn look as strong as possible going into their match at Battleground. They've even got a shirt for their feud now. There's a brand new shirt where it's half Sami Zayn's face, half Kevin Owens' face, and it says "Fight Forever."
I dig it
on the shirt.
As they might.
It's awesome. Yeah.
They easily could.
Do you want a reference that's going to make you lose your mind?
Oh, please.
Okay.
From Mr. Melancholy.
Of course.
What?
Kevin Owens is like Buzz from Home Alone. He's going to feed Sami Zayn to his tarantula.
Oh my God, he is Buzz. He is. Yes. He's Buzz from Home Alone, but he's also a little bit of Chet from Weird Science.
Okay.
Also.
Okay.
He's basically any older brother.
I don't remember Buzz.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, the older brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Owens is really the bully in an 80s teen movie.
That's very true.
Yes.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Kevin Owens could be one of the football players in Can't Buy Me Love.
I kind of see him as Sid in Toy Story.
Okay, I can see that for sure.
Because it's just like, he's a coward when it comes right down to it, but he's a straight up bully.
He's at home messing with his toys. Making weird little creepy baby head robots.
Oh, hey, baby head robots are always creepy.
You know.
Afterwards, Sami Zayn from the audience attacks Kevin Owens. They will
amazing camera work at this point.
Hashtag fight forever.
Yeah. Just flying over the barricade as Kevin Owens is just berating poor Byron Saxton on commentary.
He's so pulled an Ambrose, and I am so happy that their fight has gotten to that point. I want to see Zayn jump on KO in parking lots.
Right.
I want to see it.
That'd be funny if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn all of a sudden like showed up at the compound during the New Day.
They're just still fighting.
What are you guys doing here? That would have been great.
I like that.
Don't you feel like, and maybe it's the excitement of the brand extension and the draft, it feels like everyone is like rejuvenated. I don't want to say stepping their game up because look, everyone always does their best.
Sure.
But it just seems like there's just more creative freedom and just more of a fire under everybody.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
And it wouldn't surprise me because I know in the past with drafts, like Jim Ross says, he's like, I didn't know I was going to get drafted to SmackDown. I bet you a lot of these guys have no clue what's going to happen until they get drafted because they want to keep the surprise element.
What have you got on deck, Markeia?
Okay, Zeno Hour, Zayn out of nowhere. Love.
He is out of nowhere. Exactly.
Oh, man.
Just like.
That, and I love at the end of this, Cesaro got his own back by just spin.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Kevin Owens.
Helicopter.
He's still distracted by Sami Zayn, and of course we got to see the swing by the end of the night.
Moving on, we have the club backstage. What'd they have to say, y'all?
They said that
they want to beat up John Cena.
That basically, they're gonna catch a ride ski to the pay-per-view. They're gonna beat up John Cena. There was some good stuff in this promo. I wish I had taken more.
I love whenever AJ asks Anderson a question, and he's like, "Oh well, thank you very much for asking, AJ."
Exactly.
I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'm gonna kiss my hot Asian wife on the mouth. Then I'm gonna go beat up John Cena.
And I love because he's been using that line for about 11 years now. The hot Asian wife.
It's great.
He's been using that for 10, 11 years ever since his days on the Indies.
Oh, I love
It's amazing stuff.
Hey, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
But of course, yeah, the end result, the go home is we're going to beat up John Cena. And all of this leading up to the 6-man at Battleground because tonight Gallows and Anderson are taking on Enzo and Cass in normal 2-on-2 tag team action. We'll see Enzo, Cass, and Cena take on the full powered club at Battleground.
Yes, we will. But first, we see Slater Gator, y'all, divided. Titus versus Slater. What y'all think?
Okay, which is why we played the theme song.
Yes.
OVS.
There are reasons.
Also because the
Yeah.
song is just dope.
It's also a great song.
It was nostalgia because I remember Slater Gator where they had to chase the white rabbit and with Rose. There it goes. With Rose and like the Rosebuds and everything like that, and they were an unlikely coupling, and it worked, and then it didn't work.
Right, exactly.
So to have both of them in the ring tonight, I was just like, yeah, each of you know each other's moves. This is going to be a devastation.
And of course, we see an amazing little picture-in-picture promo from the Social Outcasts saying that today is, I think, National Blueberry Muffin Day.
Oh, God. What doesn't have a day now?
Exactly. And just a very long, extended, like, maniacal laugh from the three of them at the end of the promo.
They're great.
It's amazing stuff.
I love them. They're very, they never lose their enthusiasm. It doesn't matter what happens to them, how many matches they lose. They're the Social Outcasts, and they have short memories.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
It's like when you're a quarterback. You got to have a short memory. You throw a pick, you get your ass back out there. Social outcast, you lose a match, get your ass back out there.
Yeah, if you're a winner up here, that's all that matters.
There you go.
That's right.
Make it a win.
You always take a lap around the ring.
Right.
Yep, we saw Bow Train. Tonight.
Oh.
In fact, speaking of the Rosebuds, I saw that the Rosebuds just made their return on the Indies. Now Aldo Rose has his own Rosebuds now on the Indies.
What?
But now they're
Brave
also
time.
they include like licensed characters since they're on indie shows. So there was like Iron Man, there was Slender Man.
Oh, for God's sake.
There was some amazing.
They had the Slender
They
Man?
had Slender Man was a Rosebud. It was amazing.
That is cool.
They need to put some Pokemon in there.
Exactly.
Good comment here from Cheryl. I almost forgot. Who says from Green Thunder? What about Johnny's Rusev segment? Ooh.
Oh, that's right. There is some tweets. We got a good one after UFC 200.
Okay, don't worry. I'm on it.
Okay.
Y'all,
Check Rusev's reaction to Lesnar Hunt. It's amazing.
Moving on, we have Sasha backstage, and she basically wanted to follow up on what she said last week, where she keeps it real.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's
Doesn't get angry?
she's not the type to get mad.
No.
She's just gonna get real.
Real.
She's got Dana Brooke one-on-one tonight, which we know is not gonna end well for Dana.
Apparently, she's been thinking about beating on some Dana during her off times when she's getting her hair done. Other people comment, "Oh, when are you going to beat that Dana?" "Oh, I'm going to beat that Dana."
The girls in the salon are asking politely that she beat Dana and shut her up. So
So yeah, it was just it was destiny. Is basically what it was.
Sorry to bring it back to this, but did anybody see Sasha's Vine at a live show recently?
No.
She was walking down to the ring, looks into the camera recording her, and says, "There's a Jigglypuff in the ring!" And it was like Summer Rae. Sorry, Johnny.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Jigglypuff.
It's another Pokemon.
Sorry, that's why I apologized.
Oh, is a Jigglypuff? Is that was an insult then to Summer Rae?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as much as
Are Jigglypuff's
insult
heels
could be
and stuff?
No,
I mean-
well, they're jiggly and they're puffs.
Yeah, well, and his big thing is he falls asleep. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're playing like Smash Brothers or whatnot, I mean, if you can work Jigglypuff, then he's a really powerful. But
Yeah.
one of his moves is he falls asleep near you, and then that can be like a finisher move to knock you off the screen.
All right. Here's a Rusev tweet from an hour ago. It's a fresh one, y'all.
Good.
Zack Ryder tweeted, "It's time to become a two-time United States champion." Rusev responds with, "The only two-time champ you will ever be is if you bring your homemade internet title. Hashtag brute force matters. At Lana WWE."
Ooh.
Just wants a retweet from the fiance.
I like it. Did you find the UFC 200 tweet?
Oh, no, I'm getting on
That
it.
one's one of my
Finding
absolute
it.
favorites.
I'm getting on it, don't you worry.
I'm excited.
All right, so this next segment is... I don't think we're going to do it justice.
No.
Okay.
Because number one, like I said, I didn't see it. I don't know how much of it Ty saw, but wow.
I saw a good chunk of it
This
right
is the
before we went
second
live.
professional wrestling compound match we've seen in less than a week.
It's a true.
But wow, what
yeah.
camera work, how disturbing, how creepy. And I loved it because you often wonder, can the New Day ever get away from being goofy? Well, they sure as hell did at this compound.
It reminded me of like in horror movies you have the comic relief. You know, you have in Cabin in the Woods, you have Marty, who is kind of he's the comic relief of the movie, but you still know something's coming for him.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
I think that this was really the perfect way to get the New Day out of something completely goofy and let us know they're still. I mean, look at the size of Big E. He's still a very credible threat. They can still get it done, even if they're making booty jokes. And so I think this was really the perfect setting. I mean, Bray Wyatt is chasing them with a friggin' pickaxe, like it's like the hills have eyes.
Brother Booty-O.
Exactly.
No, it was wow, it was really well done. And there was a nice build up to it with like the foreboding that they did like before this, where Xavier's like, hey, we can't play. We can't play with this. This is real, kind of a thing. I mean, it was so well done. It was almost trigger warning worthy.
Right,
Where
right.
it's just like, because wow, it was like you remember back in the day when you watch backyard wrestling fights?
Oh, yeah.
And it would, well, it's real, so we get really real. It kind of felt like that.
Right,
Where
right.
it's just like smashing somebody into
like,
a
no,
mud
you guys
puddle
gotta
and
stop,
hanging them.
yeah.
It's like, whoa. And then like, yeah, that axe coming up on the side of the tree where he was.
Yeah.
Busting up their car. It's like, all right.
I'm surprised the compound thing happened already, but it did. I don't know where it's going to go from here, because at the end they're just surrounded by a bunch of sheep.
All the fireflies, yeah.
So that's the thing, is when you do something this spectacular, where does it go from there?
Right,
I mean,
right,
the
right.
way it ends, it's like, well, they're being surrounded. What the hell? How do they get out of it?
Right, and that's why
going to be the difficult thing.
That's what worries me, is because when we saw the Undertaker kidnap, or when we saw Bray Wyatt kidnap the Undertaker, that I felt was leading to something huge, and it was a little bit disappointing. So this, I'm hoping, leads to something even bigger, you know?
Well, I'm okay with it cruising as it is right now, because it's something very different. You know, when was the last time we went to the boiler room?
But that's what I mean.
For instance,
That's what
So
I
it's
mean.
like,
I hope we continue
Yeah.
to see more different things rather than just the New Day coming out to the arena next week like nothing happened.
That's what I'm saying.
worried about.
We
okay.
can't have that.
Yeah.
No, I think they need to explore some more of the compound. They finally make it to the house.
They need to be
have
affected,
Have an
yeah.
attic fight.
The way if for people that watch Lucha Underground, the way that Sexy Star had almost PTSD after Marty the Moth and Mariposa abducted her, that's more along the
That's
lines
what
of what I
Xavier
want to
needs.
see. That we need to see some affectation. We need to see some pathos.
My question is, how'd they find the compound? Was that GPS working? Shoot.
I thought they were invited.
They were lured there
they
with
not
Pokemon.
And
You know Xavier
know
Woods
they
would take
went.
that bait.
You probably would.
That's a real thing.
That's a
people,
very real thing.
People lure people to Poke
It's just
stops.
so creepy. That's another thing. Yeah,
Saw
there's
that
creeps.
article.
Right. Be safe.
But
Be
it's
safe.
it's mainly been good.
Mainly.
Pokemon Go's mainly been a good
Yeah.
thing, and I
You know.
love how free people are with lures.
And people are getting exercise now. It's nice.
Yeah.
Another recent tweet. Zack Ryder, you can't not have a great workout with this song on repeat, and that's the theme from Rocky. So Rusev responds with, "You are not Rocky. Your story will not have an happy ending. ... Pig."
What?
Yeah,
Why?
pig in capital letters.
that's
And
it.
the night before on SmackDown, Zack Ryder tweets, "I want Rusev." Hashtag SmackDown. He responds with, "You pig."
That took a weird turn. I like it.
It's
Wow.
amazing. But the best one's coming up.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Gallows and Anderson taking on Enzo and Cass. Obviously, we already mentioned before we have the triple threat. Well, no, the six-man tag
Six-man
coming up in
tag team
Battleground.
match.
Thoughts on this one?
Okay. Something with this Raw, like all of the promos have been so good. So good. And then Enzo and Cass, they just rocked it. It was so well done. And Cass is talking so much, I think that they're going to end up splitting these two.
Oh,
You
no,
think?
not already.
I don't know. He's really holding his own now. I mean, with his hot tag that he had, like in the ring, and just how he's just bringing it, I could see them splitting. Each of them would do okay by themselves.
Right. Yeah, I think I don't think they will just yet, but I do agree that they would both, if that were to happen, I think they would be completely fine.
They'd be
Especially
fine.
now that they're getting positioned so close to the top of the card. They're teaming with John Cena and facing a team that has AJ Styles on it. Like, if you told me that 6 months ago, I would have never believed that was a thing that was going to happen with Enzo and Cass.
And the thing of it is that it works, especially with their reasoning behind it. The reason why they jumped into the ring to save Cena, they say because, hey, if we don't stop you, we want to be there, but we want to earn it. We want to be at the top, but we're going to earn it, unlike you with the 3 against 1. And it's like, if you're going to do 3 against 1 against him, then who's going to stop you doing that against us when we're up there?
Yeah.
So it's like, which is great reasoning.
Sure, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense.
I love what they're all doing. Well, we already talked about how entertaining the club is being, and Cena keeps getting beat up, which is, it's something.
It works.
Yeah.
It does work.
Yeah, with this match where it just like came down to brass tacks where Cass is knocked out of the ring, it's basically over. Enzo's in the center, 3 people about to pile on him, and here comes Cena. Not even supposed to be there tonight.
Here's another Rusev tweet. Some troll tweets at him, "I skip your matches and when you talk." Rusev responds with, "The bank teller does the same when I deposit my 5-figure checks weekly."
Okay.
It's always an instant shutdown.
I love him. He's just...
I also like that the Trolls tweet was in the Rusev voice.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
So Sasha versus Dana Brooke. Go ahead.
Real quick. One thing that we're getting from the chat roll that I can't believe we actually forgot. So we just had Cass and Enzo versus the club. So basically...
Which meant what we had was a tag team match.
You know it's the Mac Militant.
Holla, holla.
Sasha and Dana Brooke, they went to a commercial break, y'all. And it seemed that the crowd was super jazzed up for this match.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, no, Detroit was feeling some Sasha Dana.
Rock City.
And Sasha just, I'm really loving Sasha's strikes. I think her striking game has gotten super strong. Just clobbering Dana whenever she gets a chance.
Yeah, it was like it was personal.
Speaking of strikes, there was a great strike from Alexis Bliss on Bayley this past week on NXT.
That match
forearm
was so dope.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That match was amazing.
I've been calling it for months. Alexa Bliss, she's just leaps and bounds.
Yeah, that match was dope as hell.
We're huge fans of Alexa Bliss on the show.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Actually, Dale's supposed to be interviewing her tomorrow.
Say what?
He's going to NXT.
Oh, nice.
He pitched the segment to them, and they like it, and he's going down there.
Dale just doing cool stuff.
We'll see what happens.
Love
It's easier to
Dale.
fly to Florida for him than it is here. So,
That's true.
so he's putting in work. We're worldwide on the compadre.
Worldwide.
Yeah, so this match, it's great to see because obviously, Dana Brooke is almost getting thrown right into the fire by being brought up to Raw and right with Charlotte, but she brought it though, right?
Yeah. I mean, Sasha definitely. I was more focused on Sasha than I was on Dana. To be completely honest, so I can't really. I don't really have much of an opinion of Dana's part of that match. But I will say, okay, Sasha when she did the bank statement, Dana's going for the rope. She almost gets the rope. Sasha pushes against the rope with her leg to then go into the middle of the ring to lock it down for submission.
Love it.
I was like, yes. Please, all the time. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. A lot of back and forth between Sasha and Charlotte after the match.
And that was the main event.
Was it the main?
Yeah.
Technically speaking?
Yeah.
Was it? Was there nothing after that?
No, well,
I mean,
there
the
was
last
something.
match.
Oh.
Wasn't no match though.
Huh.
Hey,
Okay.
Well,
let
there you
ladies
go.
main event Raw. We're down.
Yeah. No, well, it was a good length.
It was. I mean, anytime you can go through a commercial break, it was a really end.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
good for them.
Yeah.
All right, getting to the final segment. Steph and Shane hit the ring. Steph talks a lot of trash on Shane. He retorts. Vince hits the ring, and he says it's time to make a new commissioner. Time to name a new commissioner, I should say. He basically criticizes them both. He's like, I don't think either one of you came from my loins. He loves that word. Well, the new commissioner for SmackDown is going to be Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
Then he celebrates around the ring.
Lots of celebrating. I think that celebration blew him up a little.
Well, oh, God, yeah.
I think.
But the commissioner of Raw is going to be Stephanie McMahon. She celebrates. But he says, here's the thing. You both have to name general managers next week. And if you don't do it, I will do it myself. Now let the games begin. The question is, what are they going to do as commissioners of each show if they're not general managing?
Well, I think they're not going to be. I think that is a way to kind of get them off of TV every single week. I think we'll be seeing less of them. And the figurehead, the commissioners that they pick, those are the authority figures we're going to be seeing all the time. Whereas Shane and Stephanie will be kind of like the Vinces of their own shows.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't see Vince all the time.
Right.
We don't have to see them all the time. They can be in backstage segments that could have been recorded at some other time.
Right.
And think about it, that's pretty tiring. Every Monday, every Tuesday, all the time, forever.
Well, here's my question to you both. Now they have to name general managers. This is where things get very interesting. Because we assumed, Steph's on Raw now, Shane SmackDown, they're going to run it. But no, they're going to name GMs. I hope so much we don't just get a retread. The only retread GM I'd be okay with is Bischoff.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But other than that, do you think Shane's just going to go with Triple H? Or is he going to just stay off TV?
Go with Triple H, like to mess with Stephanie?
To be a GM. Do you think Steph will choose Triple H?
Because you said Shane.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you said Shane,
Okay.
I was like, why would Shane choose Triple H?
I think that's a great idea.
That
would actually, I mean...
That would be like a screw you to Stephanie,
But I mean,
I think he should choose a female GM just to like balance it out. I mean, I love the power of Stephanie. If there's any kind of female GM that they could choose, like Lita. Oh, there we go.
Interesting.
Well, that's my question is, do you think,
like that.
I gotta believe we're gonna have to get a new GM. We're not gonna do, obviously,
Kane
Teddy, not Kane, not
Like someone that's
Vicky,
never been a GM figure before?
not Laurinaitis, dear God, not Mike Adamle.
My money's still out on that.
Right.
Really quick in the chat, we've got Matthew Linke. You want to talk about a new generation? Maxwell Hardy.
That's a really new generation.
The very new generation.
Yeah, he will never be deleted.
Delete.
I would love to see, because we're already getting all these cool surprises, if you will. It'd be great to see. Someone's mentioning William Regal. No, I don't want to see him either. I want it to be.
And Regal's doing incredible on NXT.
Right,
Let him keep running NXT.
I would love to see. I mean,
what do you think about maybe?
Although Heyman and Lesnar
and Heyman's another former GM.
That's not going to work.
Heyman used to run SmackDown.
Heyman could work.
What about?
He would work really well.
But I think he's too busy with Brock. I think that would be too much with him being Brock's. I think part of the reason that people love Brock being a part-timer is that it kind of makes Heyman a part-timer, and I think it makes it more effective when he is around.
Yeah.
What do you think about someone like Edge, maybe?
Dude, the chat is going crazy for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan too.
Very true. Very
now,
true.
the thing is,
he
don't
could
forget,
definitely GM.
technically, whoever commissioner is, they're the boss of the GM. I mean, Shane could name Triple H, but Triple H still has a lot of power. I don't know. That would
Sure.
I don't think Triple H would be a good second man because he can only second man Stephanie.
I feel like that would be the obvious choice for Stephanie on Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll go with that.
I kind of hope they don't.
Right, me too.
Yeah.
Dana Coca says, I would guess Shane would pick Brie just to mess with Steph. Here's the thing. Brie is not, she can't talk.
Yeah, I don't think, she just retired. I don't think she's going to come right back in an on-screen role.
Who you mentioned before, though?
Edge? Yeah, there you go.
That'd be cool.
I'm thinking someone maybe fairly recently retired in the last 5 or 6 years. Maybe Christian.
I don't think that'll get people too pumped.
I wouldn't.
Someone said CM Punk.
People are questioning, oh, wow, Melancholy going, Edge, The Big Show, and
The Undertaker.
Wow, this is a fun guessing game.
That's really interesting, yeah.
People are saying Mick Foley. I mean, he's already been GM.
Well, he's been commissioner.
Yeah,
He's been commissioner with his shirt.
Someone saying Q Stone Cold. Well,
Maybe.
wow.
Amar Singh brings up a good point. Shane wants to break the glass ceiling. He said that in his whole thing with, I should be commissioner when he was pleading to Vince with it. So, yeah, I think definitely female GM.
I think and he really wants to shake things up as much as possible. So
shake it up.
Yeah.
That gives them a chance to make a strong female division.
Yeah, I think Lita.
Live also.
Yeah, you guys said Lita. I think that could be a very strong
Lita's
contender.
been in front of the camera quite a bit. She's been getting more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean she's part of the panel for the pay-per-views.
Right.
She's been on that. She did the women's championship. The belt.
She's
So,
one of the biggest
presentation of it.
influences in women's history. So that would be something.
I mean, if you want to shake it up, why don't you light it up? Sorry.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That
Right when you do a
song
psychotic skip towards the ring.
Love that song.
This might be a little too far of a branch to leap out on, but I think Corey Graves could do really well in a role like that.
He'd be great. But I think they really like him as commentary.
No, he's phenomenal. Any talking, he's just
He's very good.
absolutely
I wish Tom would give it back to him a little more.
Right.
That might not be what they called for. But Graves, they're a great team. Graves is fantastic where he's at. But I think I agree with you. A lot of people calling for Angle.
Oh, okay. Another former SmackDown GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he is free to do what he wants. Sure. But the question is, you got to remember, whoever the GM is, they're going to be on the road full time. This is not a part-time deal. You're going to have to be on just about every week.
Yeah.
So they have to take that into account.
That's not quite full time. Just on Tuesdays.
Well,
okay.
It's draining.
Yeah, you're right. Because in the house shows, you don't have to be the GM.
No,
You bring up a great
I mean,
point.
Tuesdays and pay-per-views and papes.
You bring up a
PPVs.
really good point.
Yeah, you'd probably be the main face, but you still switch off with Shane or Stephanie.
You want another woman? Alundra Blaze?
I was thinking that as well.
Blaze.
I would love to see her
Blaze
stick around.
She
Yeah.
could reignite that
good
feud
one.
with Paige. Remember they had that thing going back and forth on Instagram?
Oh yeah.
It was nice.
A lot of good choices.
Yeah. Some other fun moments from like that whole little segment. Shane can take a slap. That was
Man,
Oh, yes. Steph,
that was like the least that anyone's ever sold that slap, and I went crazy for it.
Steph said she's going to dominate him, make him wish he was never born. Shane says, you know what? You're scared. It's a game on. She goes, there's only one game in this business, and I'm married to him. Slap!
And his face did not budge. It was
like-
crazy.
It was like
Loved
a
it.
stare.
And
it
then he
was-
just gave her a kiss in the cheek.
Right.
Yeah. And she almost fell on that ass.
You could see how much...
It was great because I loved that. But
That was
it was
beautiful.
such a great moment, especially because I felt like this whole segment was just Stephanie just trying to get over on everyone. She's trying to get over on the crowd. She's trying to get over on Vince. She's trying to get over on Shane. And so I think that was the perfect thing to like finally give someone else the last word.
Yippers! And
think-
Shane, they're just having a lot of fun together, you could tell.
Yeah. I mean, Stephanie's such a good foil for him.
Oh, it's such a funny, horrible... I'm not going to say it. I'll say it on the air. About who should be the next GM.
Oh no! Please tell us off mic.
I will.
Yeah.
Final Rusev tweet.
Yes.
Going back to UFC 200. If you recall, Brock Lesnar was fighting out of Canada, where he now resides.
Fighting out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Tweet from Rusev. Ha 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 ha. Even Brock has forsaken USA. Fighting from Canada. Ha 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 ha.
Just so much.
Machka.
So many ha-ha-has. It killed me.
Oh, man.
I feel like he has to be giggling every tweet he sends out.
Oh, for sure. I think especially, it's like I've said before, if you watch Up, Up, Down, Down, Rusev's got like a deceptively good sense of humor. And so I think these tweets are just him being savage.
And I'm sure he's just turning over to Lana going, how many more ha's should I put in?
Exactly.
Well, that's the show. It was obviously a fantastic Raw from what I saw and from what you guys talked about.
Go
And-
find that New Day Wyatt segment, if anything.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
The
Yeah.
cinematography is just incredible.
Well worth watching. Just by itself, it was almost like a short film.
And
Yeah.
while you're at it, watch Final Deletion and compare and contrast.
Good stuff.
And tell us your results.
Let's put ourselves over Ty Matthews Gill.
As always, I am at Ty Matthews PMA, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that sort of stuff. You can find me on there. You can find me on various other after shows. Right now, I've only got American Ninja Warrior and Lucha Underground. There are only 2 more episodes of Lucha Underground coming up. We're hoping to get some good guests lined up for those. So, after that, it'll just be this and Ninja Warrior.
Markeia.
Check it out.
Okay, so if you love, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Markeia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. Also Snapchat, Darth Thinmints. If you like live comedy, the last Tuesday that I will be doing this show, not this show, for Big Yellow Taxi is Taxi Cab Confessions meets Improv. We're switching to Thursday nights, and it's a really big deal. We're getting moved up into our time slot, but for now, we will be free. That would be at Pack Theater, which is in Hollywood. And then also on Saturday, there's a specialty show that's happening with Essence Improv. That's all black females, all classy, all comedy. We are doing a Sailor Moon inspired show. So that will be an hour long at Impro Studio, 7 p.m. in Hollywood, and that is $5.
Cool.
So Big Yellow Taxi is doing like a reverse SmackDown. going from Tuesdays to Thursdays.
Exactly.
There you go. Before I put myself over, one last great option by AJ0314, Boogeyman for SmackDown GM.
Yes.
He's a legend now. Hey, you can catch me never playing Pokemon Go. Otherwise, you can catch me on Twitter at JQuasto. Same thing on Instagram. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood every single week. Download the Fight TV app, FITE. It's free, and you can watch it every week, and you're going to love what you see coming up. I promise you that.
Check it out on Patreon.
That's right. And, of course, the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast on Fox Sports. We are at Fox Compadres. We have some really good stuff coming up this week, along with the live stream, so please support that. Otherwise, jlocomedy.com. Got some fun stuff coming up. And otherwise, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening. You know we love you. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.